Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Tuesday, April 18th, 2023, and I just wanted to say before I forget that maybe tomorrow I won't have any internet. They're going to be working in my neighborhood. I got a text message a while ago to make sure that I was aware of that, and it's possible I still have internet tomorrow. I don't know, so I'll just have to wait and see. There have been times they've sent these messages before in the past, and there have been times that I wasn't affected at all. But the last time I did not have any internet, so I'll just have to wait and see. So if you don't see anything on Telegram tomorrow or on YouTube, that means that I have no internet. Obviously, I won't be able to go on the internet to say that I don't have any internet. So I just wanted to mention this up front so you're aware of this. It's possible. I don't know until it's tomorrow if it's going to affect me or not. So today, another thing. Yesterday, I showed, of course, a clip of the beautiful dog I was watching, the dog of my parents, of course, the place I was born. It's the farm that I was born, but also my mother was born. It was actually where she grew up as well. So that's very interesting. I already mentioned my uncle that died last year. I grew up with him in the family. The farm at that time, he was renting the farm. It was from my mother's family. So he's the brother of my mother. And my mother obviously was living there as well. And my mother and my father were getting married, and there were really no place to go, and they had no money. So my grandmother decided, like, well, why don't you just move in here? You know, at least my father could move in on the farm, and then you can take care of your uncle. My uncle doesn't have a family of his own, and then of course you can raise your children there. So that's what happened. So I was brought up there, and my uncle at that time wasn't very up to maintenance, so to speak. So really the farm when I was growing up was a big mess. It was like mud everywhere, and we had our own little garden, and we had chickens, we had sheep. And there was just a lot going on, which was, of course, great as a child. There were mud and things everywhere you could use to build huts and things like that. So it obviously doesn't look like that anymore. My parents later on bought the farm, and they really changed everything. It really looks very, very pretty now, and it's a very calming environment, so to speak. It's really very, very nice. So I just wanted to mention that. And the other thing I saw this morning was a clip I shared from Elon with Tucker Carlson, which is very interesting. So I have a feeling that Elon is really working on waking up people, bringing truth. Obviously, I've looked at Elon before. He is from a dark family. He has dark energy. So obviously there are people that don't trust Elon. I fully understand that. To me, and I've looked at this with the cards quite some time ago, that he really doesn't have a choice. He's kind of bound by things. So he has made a decision to follow a certain agenda, in this case, to me, the white hat agenda. But he's always been part of the dark energies, but he doesn't really have a choice now anymore. At least he made his choice to do it this way. So what he brings to me is following the white hat agenda. Doesn't make him suddenly white. It just, you could see him as a gray hat, so to speak. But he does have dark energy background, especially if you look at his mother and his family. So I just wanted to mention that. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's been changed along the way, so to speak. So that's what I wanted to mention. Horrible thing has come out, but people need to see this. This is about a report. Let's see. I hope it's not working along. Let's see. Come on. Oh, why aren't you cooperating? Come on. Yes, there I've got it. This is from the United Nations, and this is a report. It's called the 8 March Principles for Human Rights-Based Approach to Criminal Law, prescribing conduct associated with intimacy, reproduction, well, a lot of other things. And this is from the Bureau of the United Nations for Human Rights. And this is written by the International Commission of Jurists. And it's really, according to them, that children may be able to consent to intimacy with adults. Yes. This was their plan all along. And that's what people have been warning about the woke agenda, about everything going on with identity, this and gender. This has to do with their ultimate agenda. And that is making it all right to do things with children. That's never all right. It's sickening. Not only that, but this organization, let's see, I was looking at it from the International Commission of Jurists, was actually given in April 2013 the Light of Truth Award by the Dalai Lama. Yes, the Dalai Lama. I'm beginning to understand and connect the dots here. So this is horrific. This is just horrific in itself. But I'm glad people are now speaking out against this, so people can see this and understanding what this is really about. All these tolerance and openness. There's nothing wrong with being tolerant, but it's being used by the dark energies to push something else through. And people need to be aware of that. It's really very important. So I'm glad that people are paying attention to this. I also mentioned in my video, and I looked at a Dutch politician. So I'm not so sure if this is very interesting for the international public, but his name is Omtzigt, and there's a lot going on about him for quite some time. And a lot of people here in the Netherlands are kind of wondering, well, where does he stand? Well, his wife is connected to the World Economic Forum. His brother is like very in the United Nations, I believe, in economy, very high level economist. And so obviously has connections with the dark energy, but he is to me a bit different. I have a feeling that he's kind of a victim from programming. That's what he feels like to me. And I'm sure other people will be different in that. I don't believe that he is, how do you say this? Purposely following the dark energy agenda. Actually, he's kind of falling out of it. He's been a few times actually going against this agenda and really pushed through. He was one of the people that got the toeslagenschandaal about the taxes here in the Netherlands, which was a huge scandal. He was the one behind that and making it public. And together with someone else, he was really pushing for that. And they really wanted to suppress that. That wasn't the intention that it was supposed to come out. They tried to get rid of him. There has been this entire scandal about him finding a function somewhere else. And to me, he feels like he's some kind of like more alongside the program. And for a while, he actually retreated for, I think, a couple of months. And to me, that felt like they're trying to reprogram him back. So there are people that are being programmed as well, most likely against their will or not even that they're fully aware of it. And he kind of feels like that, because I do think he's genuine in what he does. And he did a lecture about Thorbecke and about the what's going on in the Netherlands and the problems with that everything is decided in back doors, behind the curtains. It's not really going through the parliament. It's really lobbyists, ministers deciding things, and he's spoken out about that. And he's really making a point there that it's not going really well, and also that we don't have a judge that can compare national law with our constitution, which is very interesting. That's not possible in the Netherlands. So there's no one can look at if the national law is in line with our constitution, which is very strange if you think about that. So he's really making people aware of that and putting a spotlight on that. So that's very interesting. And I just wanted to take a look at the cards I got for him. I've got the World and the energy around him. I've got the Page of Swords. I have the Knight of Pentacles in the past. I have the Ten of Swords underneath the central card, and I have the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords for him in the near future. So to me it feels like he has to make a choice. He has to make a decision, a very firm decision which way he's going to go. And I think that's very important for him. He's like this open, inquisitive mind that wants to know. I don't feel anything malicious with him at all. But like I said, that's how I see things and how I feel him. It's more like he's actually being used in ways, and he sometimes jumps out of that programming. So he does things that he wasn't supposed to be doing, but it's from himself. It's like it's from his own, how do you say this? His own will that he does things. And he feels like this, very curious, wants to know the truth, wants to speak the truth. And he has to make a decision in that regard. And it's very possible that around the world, not everyone that is a politician or in other positions, that they are all part of the dark energies in a way that they are completely dark energy themselves. They use people as well. They have people around them handling them. And I have a feeling that that's exactly what's happening with him. So worldwide, this could be happening as well. So they can be genuine themselves, but they don't realize their influences around them that program them or tell them what to do or influence them. And I think that's going on. That's what's going on with him. And it's probably with more people, that he has to make a decision, but he still doesn't completely know. But I think the white hat energy and that agenda is more appealing to him than the other side. But there's still some struggle going on. So he will have to make a decision what he's going to do about that. So that's just something also in general. I do believe that not every politician, a lot are of course puppets. And they are aware that they are puppets. And they are, you know, people have dirt on them. That's how they control them and other things going on. But there are also people that are very genuine, that truly want to change things. But they have people around them telling them other things or maybe programming in another way that will have an effect. And they may not even realize that. So he may not even be aware of all the ties. He probably knows there are ties, obviously, from his wife and his brother, but he's not aware completely how deep that goes. That I don't think he's fully aware of how they pull his strings, and that can happen worldwide. Things like that on a larger scale that people don't realize they're being used for something completely different. So I also wanted to take a look at the energies of the coming week, and I got the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So this is actually a good week. These are 2 new beginnings energetically, and there's a lot going on in the energy right now. I notice it myself. I'm sometimes very tired and very like, ooh, what's going on? There's a lot of energy going on, so I just have to take my time more often. But there's also this feeling, I don't know, there's this new feeling, like we're opening up emotionally more. That's like this new beginning, the Ace of Cups. So this is really a week of new beginnings. And maybe something happened that will be really relaxing and making us in a way happy. This is like a wish card. So we kind of have to wait and see what's going on. Maybe something come out that will be at least very happy for me, or, you know, for the people in the independent media and people that are, you know, listening to those things, that something will come out that will be, you know, really showing truths. And not everyone will be able to handle it. That's just the way it is. People just give them the opportunity at least to hear this truth, and then they can decide for themselves what they're going to do with it. But this is a new week, new energy, new connections, deep connections. This will be, it's a very beautiful card. So maybe something will happen that will actually be very, very positive in the long run. I truly believe that. So this is quite a good week. And for the advice, we have the Chariot, we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Cups. Now these are again beautiful cards. Taking control of your life. That's the advice. Just take the controls. Take, you know, which way do you want to go? And then what do you want to do? Because the King of Pentacles is very practical. So see if you can start initiatives. Maybe you're working in your garden, or maybe you're turning your balcony into a garden, something like that. See what you can do. Really see if you can just start doing things, you know, manifesting things. That's what the King of Pentacles is all about. Starting things. Taking control, starting things, and following your life mission. What is your life mission? This again is a beautiful week to follow that. What makes you happy? It can be something very small. Start with that. Because usually everything starts with something small. Small step, seed that will grow and bloom into something beautiful. It's really about following what makes you happy, your life mission, taking control of your life, and just start developing initiatives or just do something for yourself, something very practical. That's very important as well. Not only to be inspired, but also do something with your inspiration. We need to balance that masculine energy with that feminine energy, at least the pure feminine and pure masculine. When we feel something, we feel this inspiration, things come to us, and that's very important. Then we start doing things with them. We actually start manifesting it. We start to create it around us. So I would want to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye bye.